guys, May here, and today I'm finally doing the 2015 K-pop album tag that was made by RandomMe2011. I did it last year. I'll leave a link for my last year answers down below. This year was so hard. Compared to last year, I feel like last year I kind of knew, you know? But this year I really had to think about it, and I had to list all of my favorites in each category and then choose which one I thought was really the best. And I cheated a lot. I mean, I technically have 3 albums for my favorite K-pop albums of 2015 because I think that this year was so completely solid and honestly could not have gone any better. Everybody else who's done this tag has shown you everything that they got this year, but I had a very, very crazy year, and I think I will just tell you that minus all of the older things that I bought about, I would say about 50 new albums this year, which is kind of a lot compared to last year. Obviously my collection has grown quite a bit, and if you want to see what I get every single month, you can friend me on Facebook because I post photos every single month, except for last month because I accidentally took the wrong albums home. This is the set of questions that I've been seeing. Everybody's changing them a little bit, which is totally cool, but this is the list of questions I have, so I'm gonna answer these. So the first question is favorite K-pop album of 2015, and like I said, I have 3. You know, it wasn't smart of me. I didn't put these albums in order when I brought them in here. They're just all here. The first favorite album of the year that, I watched Tundi's response to this, and she was like, if you're an elf, this is on your list, and it's completely true. For favorite album of the year, I have the special edition here because it has all the songs on it, but I do own the normal edition as well. Super Junior Donghae and Eunhyuk's The Beat Goes On, their first Korean mini album slash first album, because this is a full-length album. Photobook-wise, I prefer this version, but because I have this page marked even, because this you saw in my top songs. Growing Pains is probably, it was one of my top songs of 2015. What year is it? It was one of my top songs of 2015. Really, no other song that quite impressed me first listen as much as this, and I think this album is just completely flawless. It shows so much hard work. Everything that's on this, besides Motorcycle, but I've had problems with Motorcycle in Japanese, so I wasn't surprised I didn't like it very much in Korean either. Every other song on this is so good. They have the fun, Chokiwa, Can You Feel It song, they have the emotional Growing Pains, they have the more ballady songs, Love That I Need with Henry, you know, the fun I Wanna Dance, and kind of the more mellow Sweater and Jeans. This song is everything that you're looking for. This album has everything you're looking for. This is just amazing. And then the other one, I was so impressed with this album this year. A lot of people have said this, you just saw a little bit of it, but both versions of the third mini album, both releases, both halves of the third mini album, they're one album, so I like to consider them one album, but there's 2 parts, obviously. I have not stopped listening to this since I got it. I said when I unboxed this that I just hadn't really heard any of the other songs, and I am so completely impressed with everything on this album. I can't even tell you which version I like more. I've listened to this half more, obviously, because it's been out longer, so right now I'm more biased towards this one because it has more new music on it that I really like. But Dope is an amazing song. I Need You was my favorite song this year, by far, by far. It kind of was #1 because it came out during finals week, and during finals week I like to study listening to the same song for hours upon hours on end, so that's kind of why this has so many plays, but it doesn't make it any less of a quality song. Converse High, I heard that song the other day for the first time in a while, and I love it. Hold Me Tight is amazing. The skits are always so funny. Fun Boys is still just such a fun song. And then on this one, Run is amazing. Butterfly, I hadn't seen the clip they did on Show Champion, the one that was kind of like a music video, until last night, and I watched that last night, and I hadn't heard Butterfly in a while, and it reminded me just how much that song is amazing. Bepse, Silver Spoon, is my favorite song by far on this. This is the dope of the album for me. But I also love My City and Wailing 52 and I haven't heard number 8 that many times, and even the outro, House of Cards, is so good. But these are the albums that really impressed me this year, I would say, and that question was like 10 minutes. The next question is favorite photo book concept of 2015, and the first one, I love this. I love this. I love this photo book. Let me pull the photo book part out. It's not even really, it's just the big, like, first very large photo book that I've had from Infinite, and it's so, like, I really just enjoy all of the different concepts of it and all of the kind of how their personalities show through. It's not them trying to be cool throughout the entire photo book, like, you know, it's like random photos, and you know, there's like the fun ones of them just like kind of hanging on each other and doing funny things together, and you know, like, it's just them playing and having a good time, and I think this must have been a very fun shoot. Even some of the like B-cut photos I've seen just look like they're having so much fun. And actually when I got this album, I kept it next to me in my bed for a couple of days because I didn't want to put it on my shelf because I just wanted to look through it. And my other favorite, definitely from SM this year, was Kyuhyun's album. But the photo book for this was taken somewhere in Europe. I still don't know where. Probably should have figured that out. But some of the photos in this are, SM is known for the blurry, grainy, not that high quality photos, and this photo book, I just feel like fit the concept of the album so well and matched the tracks so well, and I feel like I could look through this photo book while listening to the songs on Kyuhyun's album, and it would just work very, very well. This is the first real photo you get in the photo book, like this one. That is amazing. That mountain behind him is amazing, and I love it. Number 3 is favorite packaging in 2015, and if you've seen my unboxing for this, you probably knew that I was going to choose this album. Packaging that I thought was so cool this year that came out was B2B's first full-length album, Complete. Is it the most sturdy album? No. Cube tends to do some really cool things with their packaging sometimes, and sometimes it works and sometimes it really doesn't work, but this really works. I'll leave my unboxing down below, but there are 7 individual like photo book things in here. There is a fold out thing, there's a normal photo book, you get so many photos, so many amazing pictures of the boys, and it all folds back together, and they have a spine that you can take in and out. So it kind of doesn't hold, like it was kind of a bad idea, but at least I know that when it's on my shelf that it's being protected by this, and you can just see how much stuff came in this album. And it's funny because I almost just canceled my order for this album, but it's currently one of my favorite things that I own. I think that the album they released after this, I Mean, which I also own, had mediocre packaging compared to this, but this was just so cool, and if you have this album and you're a B2B fan, it's probably your favorite thing you own from them, because I know that if Infinite or Super Junior released something like this, it would be my favorite thing from them. Least favorite packaging, everybody and their mother has said this album, but obviously I can't leave it out just because everybody else said it. Never do this again. Never do this again. I also didn't really like the way Lovely's album was packaged, mostly because it came with a sticker on the back of this, and while I was trying to take the sticker off, I ripped it, and it wasn't like I was being, you know, crazy trying to get into the album, because I wasn't, but for Lovely's 8, that makes me sad. Infinite's done things like Back before, or Paradise, where they put everything in a box, and they tried to do that for Lovely's, but I feel like they didn't put as much money into it, and so it just didn't work as well, and I think that's what disappointed me the most. Also, these are weird. I don't like them. Favorite rookie albums from this year. I have 2 for this as well. First, I watched 16 over the summer, and Twice's first album came out. Also, almost put this in least favorite packaging, because what is this? I've said this so many times before, where when it comes to JYP's music, I'm just very weird about it. I mean, all of JYP's music was very good this year. I even liked Miss A's new song. Twice's album, even the songs that they released that were in 16, which I appreciate that they released some of the songs that were in 16. Dashiya Jo, I wasn't really a fan of that song when they performed it. Now I really like it. And Truth I wasn't a big fan of either, but now I really like it. The title track is a very solid title track, and I think it's giving Twice a very, very good start. Julie is super popular, so that's helping a lot too, I think. The other girl group that impressed me so much this year was G-Friend. I love them so much. They're having a comeback in January. Yeah, their comeback's January. But their songs just, I liked Glass Bead a fairly decent amount. Like, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it enough that I considered buying the album, but then something Super Junior happened, I'm sure. Knowing me, and Infinite H was promoting around that time, Glass Bead. Then this came out. This album is just so fresh, and it's cute, but it's a different concept from the Glass Bead album, so I like it more, and it makes me think that even though I thought this comeback was super fast and super soon, they did an amazing job with it, and definitely am going to be looking out for these girls in January, and I've already planned on buying their album in January when it comes out because I'm not going to forget about it again. Favorite boy group, both of their albums that they released this year was amazing. My favorite rookie of 2015 was Monsta X for sure. I have both versions of this. I have also 3 signed copies of this. Why do I have so many versions of this? I don't know. While I prefer Trespass over Rush, Hero and Perfect Girl and Amen, Broken Heart, oh, Broken Heart. I love the songs in this so much. I love the songs on Trespass so much. And even though I loved 17 this year and I loved Attention this year, their albums did not blow me away quite as much as Monsta X. When Monsta X released Trespass, I listened to that album so much, and when I got that album in the mail, I was like, I need another comeback from them. I need more music from them because the 6 songs on Trespass are not going to hold me over for an entire year. That's why I want a full-length album from them next year. I don't care if that's the only comeback they have. I talk about Wano a lot, but I truly love all 7 of these boys, and this is amazing. Album that surprised you this year. B2B's Complete surprised me. I'm not going to hold it up again, but it surprised me because I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. And the main album that surprised me because I was in shock that it even happened. I have the limited edition Jungkook's version too, but I didn't feel like carrying it in here. I already have enough large albums in here. But BAP's Matrix, the fact that this album happened this year, even when the whole thing over the summer happened where they were like, yeah, we're gonna go back to TS and start working on an album, I was like, well, it's not gonna come out this year. It's not gonna come out this year, and it did. It's not even about the tracks, which I love, Blind and Monologue and Young, Wild and Free and Be Happy sometimes and Take You There, I love all the time. The fact that this even got to happen this year is incredible. I cannot imagine 2015 without this BAP comeback. Favorite non-Korean album released by a K-pop group? If I had Infinite's second Japanese album, if it wasn't in the mail somewhere, finding its way to me slowly, then I would hold up that album too. But because I don't have that yet, I would hold this up anyways. I would have 2 answers. D&E's Present. D&E blew me away. I do think the Korean release is better than this one, but Wine is just an amazing song. I love the wine bottle sounds in the back of that. I love Where Is She? It's a beautiful song. The Japanese version of Growing Pains is amazing. Saturday Night is such a fun song. I love that music video. All good songs. All so many good things. And then the next question was favorite solo of this year, but I didn't really buy too many solo albums this year. I bought Sungkyu's and I bought Kyuhyun's and decided to do Subunit instead because this is a very important subunit, and I watched Shawl 360's answers to this, and when she was talking about this album, I just like was nodding my head and I was like, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. Do not go off of this album based off of Pretty. Don't do that to yourself. You will just be missing such glory, such beautiful, beautiful things. I posted a photo on Facebook around Valentine's Day because I hurt myself this past winter and couldn't really walk, and it was snowy. So finally was able to get to the mailroom and pick up this album with a bunch of others, but I was able to pick up this album and I got it like by Valentine's Day, and I was like, this is all I need for Valentine's Day. Shawl 360 says in her video, and I completely agree, was completely gonna say this, but I'm gonna say that she said it too anyways, just in case you think I'm just copying her, which I'm not. The company for their first release, that they just saw them, Hoya and Dongwoo, as idol rappers. which I can understand. But I've never really thought of them as idol rappers. I've always thought that they're a little bit better than idol rappers. And I think Brand New, when I heard they were working with Brand New, I was like, some beautiful things are gonna happen. And some beautiful things happened. They definitely considered Dongwoo and Hoya as rappers. They looked at them and they said, you want to make an album with us? Well, we're gonna treat you like rappers, and if you can't keep up, then you can't keep up. And Hoya and Dongwoo were like, well, we better keep up then. They developed so much as rappers, I think, in this album, which is funny because Hoya doesn't really rap anymore in Infinite songs, but obviously he raps in this album. Really stepped their game up for this album, and it really impressed me. Like, really impressed me. And I hope that whoever they work with next, if it's not Brand New again, which if it's Brand New, I will be so happy about that, but if it's not, if it's like AOMG or somebody, I hope they treat them like real rappers too, because this album is a lot better than Fly High. RandomMe2011 added a random question that said, a random album recommendation that was released this year, and I decided to just take this opportunity to tell you a couple other of my favorite albums this year that I felt didn't really fit into any other category. So the first one off of this is Madtown's Welcome to Madtown. I think this is probably one of the best things they've released so far. If you haven't heard anything Madtown, New World, I think, is probably the song that you're going to enjoy the most, I think. Very, very good. Please check them out. VIXX is Chained Up. I just have the Freedom version in here. Amazing second album from VIXX. Amazing. I think I like it more than their first album, and a lot of times when groups release second albums, people find that they don't like the second album, as much as the first albums. This and Voodoo are both very high on my list. I really like, is the track list on this? Oh, why are companies doing this year? That's the thing that annoys me about packaging. When you have to dig for the track list. Like, I just want to talk about the songs. Spider is a really good song. The song that they released as a Japanese single, the Korean version of that, is so amazing. All of the songs on this are just very, very good. Because I needed to include it somewhere, because Kim Sung-gyo's 27 worked with Nell again. Beautiful things happened again. I think this is better than his first album, for sure. Again, not that I didn't like the first album, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Daydream is my favorite song in this album. I love when Sung-gyu works with Nell, because they're his idols, and it's amazing that Sung-gyu is in the same company as his idols. And then the last one I would say to recommend this year is, that you probably wouldn't know, is Cross Jean's album. It's awesome. It's Amazing Bad Lady, I'm Not a Boy, Not Yet a Man, and then Nahako Nocha, Play With Me. Just the songs that you need to check out from this, all title tracks. There's rumors of them coming back in January that I heard the other day, and I almost cried because I love them so much. Taken over my life this year, and I think they should take over your life too. Bonus questions. What I used last year was an album released this year that could have been better, and most anticipated album this year, and I have answers for both of them. I kind of thought about not showing you guys this album for the album that could have been better this year, but I figured I showed Infinite last year, so, you know, how much worse could it get? I don't have the full version, but I'm gonna pretend this is the full-length album. I know. I've said this a lot on this channel. I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point. YG released some good music this year. I will say that. I am about to refilm my top songs of the month, because iKON's new songs impressed me that much that I thought it's worth it to talk about them in the video. However, from everything that we've been waiting for, from everything YG has said about iKON, I feel very awkward talking about it, because a lot of people are very sensitive about iKON because they've been waiting for him. Like, I've been waiting for him. Well, if you can see from my Top Boys video, they were tied with Cross Jean. After this album, I don't really feel so sure about that anymore, because I'm disappointed. I am. I'm disappointed. I think this is missing the last 1%. I think YG and I just have a different 1% that we think is missing, because he said that when he delayed iKON's debut. They're missing a 1%, and I don't think the 1% is there. I know that it could be there. I know they're capable of putting it there, but it wasn't there for me. And it happens sometimes with a K-pop group. You think you're gonna love them, and then they debut, and you're just not into them as much as you thought. It happened with me when Boyfriend first debuted. Their debut song was terrible. I think they've come a long way since then, and I only recently, past couple of comebacks, started really liking them again. When they debuted, I was disappointed, so it's not like I'm never gonna like iKON. I'm not gonna say that. But right now, there's just so many things that I feel like could have happened that didn't happen. So I'm disappointed, and hopefully their next album is better. On a happier note, most anticipated album this year, these are, like I said last year, when I heard they were coming out, I was so excited, like more excited than any other album that was released this year. But in the summer, some amazing things came out in the same week, and I want to talk about that. Most anticipated album this year, Apink has been teasing for a second full-length album forever. Secret Garden album. Everything after the Secret Garden album, everybody's been saying is a second full-length album, and it's always been a lie. And finally this year, it was the second full-length album, and I was completely blown away by it. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. The first full-length album is what made me fall in love with Apink, and it met my expectations. The packaging, however, did not. But the photos are beautiful, and I almost did this as my favorite photo book concept, but I always feel that way about everything Apink, is that everything Apink is so pretty. I was just very impressed with this album. Just very, very impressed with this album. I think their promotion cycle was amazing. I think that Remember was probably their best song they've released yet. The other one I got so excited about this year was Devil. You thought I was going to go this whole video without talking about Devil. No. Well, Devil and Magic, but I have Devil in here. I mean both. When I hold this up, I mean both. When I heard that they were releasing this for their 10th year anniversary, it made me so excited because so many of them went into the army this year. Next year, Kia and Ryoko, so it's going to be a very long time until their next album. So I think that's what this was for me. It was so special that they got to have another full-length album. Even if they're not calling it next full-length album, the fact that they got another full-length album made me very, very happy because I have this to hold on to, and I was very happy with it. Overall, Devil and Magic, both very good songs. Magic was in that same area as Dope on my list too, so that's why Magic's not on my top list. But yeah, it just makes me very, very happy that this happened this year. And when I heard about it, I was excited about Reality, of course, but Infinite for me is a group that is going to release regular albums every year for a while, and Super Junior has not been like that for the past few years. They're not gonna release an album, so I was excited for Reality, but at the same time I knew there was an Infinite comeback happening this year, and the Super Junior one we weren't so sure about. I didn't know if it was gonna happen or not, and it did. So those are all of my top albums of this year. So I just want to take a quick moment to end this video. Probably shouldn't even say anything in this video at this point. I think that this year was a very amazing year. I was very, very impressed with a lot of things that happened this year. It was so hard choosing answers to these questions. If you filmed a video for this, leave the link down below. I'll definitely check it out. Otherwise, you can leave who you would choose down in the comment section down below, and I will check that out as well. Let me know what your answers were. I'll leave the questions in the description box, like I always do. This was an amazing tag. I am so happy that RandomMe2011 thought of this last year, because it's been a very fun annual video, and I think it's a good end of the year video to kind of just talk about everything that happened this year. When I was watching my old videos from last year, the end of the year videos from last year, I probably should have done a reaction like Tundi, because they're very interesting. Maybe I'll do me reacting to some old videos for my anniversary next year, but it was just at a very different place, and next year's going to be interesting for sure. I have definitely become a much happier person this year, I would say. I had a lot of personal things happen to me last year, and thinking about the kind of person who filmed the videos at the end of the year versus me now, I've just matured a lot, grown a lot as a person. I'm just overall happier. It's good in the times where good things are not happening to have a community like this, and I hope to involve myself in this community much more next year. That's one of my goals. I'm gonna film my resolutions video later today maybe, but yeah, so I just want to thank all of you guys for leaving a comment, for liking the video, for taking your time to watch my videos, to take your time to send me messages. And I've gotten a few messages this year that have just totally, especially around Christmas time, whatever, have totally warmed my heart and been like, I got into K-pop this year, and thanks to you I have discovered so many amazing groups and so many amazing things, and I love what you show in your videos. I love everything about your videos. I've gotten quite a few messages like that. Not to brag, I'm not bragging at all, but I just want anybody who's left me a message like that or has traded with me and written up the little note in my package, I love your videos. It just means so much to me. It's something that, it's crazy how long that I've been doing YouTube, but really on tough days, the comments are what get me through. But there haven't been too many tough days this year, which is very, very good. And I'm so excited that I'm so excited about 2016. I'm so excited. And in a different way than last year. 2014, I was like, I'm excited for 2015 because it's not 2014. And this year, I was like, I'm excited for 2016 because I want things to keep going the way they're going. And I think they're going to. This video is officially way too long, so I'm going to stop talking now. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I love you all. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. I didn't say that in any of my videos because I don't film during that week. But I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.